Sponsored by AC Designs.
So we've got an intense line of storms approaching the Jacksonville area, and in fact we have that tornado watch extended all the way to the coast for the potential for those storms to come together with a little bit of rotation. But really the straight line wind damage, as we can see in the summer times, it can be just as much of a concern for wind damage. We have had a lot of reports of storm damage throughout the morning hours. Now as we head into the afternoon, that's going to shift here across the first coast. You see these little yellow circles? Those are the notches within that line of storms. That's indicating maybe some early rotation. But again, at this point, we have severe thunderstorm warnings that have been posted. The most recent out toward Ware County, and so this one will go for 1:45. So we'll go until 1:45. So that's for Atkinson, Bacon, Coffee, and really Ware County. So northern Ware is officially part of our viewing area here. It does not include Waycross, but hey, we're seeing some incredibly gusty winds that are associated with this storm. I would say as it's approaching and really moving through, anywhere from 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts, and we could easily see wind damage come in from this system. So this is just really a taste of what the rest of the line is really offering. Now what I'm showing you here is this velocity map that helps to show those wind speeds. We can kind of estimate what they are out toward the surface, especially with this Valdosta radar here. Waycross isn't as terribly far away as it is from the airport in Jacksonville with our local radar. Another thing that we can find is that rotation. And one thing that I'm looking for with the outbound and the inbound winds are a differentiation in the colors, and I don't really see a whole lot of notches, the reds and the greens kind of coming together on either side of that radar. So at this point it is supporting that severe thunderstorm warning activity that the Weather Service is issuing versus the tornado warning. Still though, some incredibly strong winds. Maybe if anything, this area out toward Homerville, west of Waycross, we'll monitor that for some further rotation. But until then, that rain is picking up in places like Live Oak, going to continue to pick up in Lake City. We're hearing the thunder, seeing some lightning strikes, lots of energy for all of these storms to tap into. Like I've been showing you, those winds sustained outside of the storms, about 20 to 25 miles an hour, with the gusts up to, and sometimes today, 45 to 50 miles an hour. So stormiest in Duval, we're really right on the cusp of it. 2 to 5 p.m., widespread gusts up to 60, isolated gusts up to 75, possibly greater. Some wind damage, power outages will be possible. St. John's Flagler 3 to 7. And Clay to Putnam 2 to 6. Very similar impacts here as far as those winds go, and then of course the effects, which would be the wind damage, those power outages, maybe even a coastal surge in St. Mary's and along the coast and coastal southeast Georgia. For inland areas like Baker, Union, Bradford, Columbia, we're already in that window, and they also would have that highest risk of tornadoes, but I can't rule out some of those isolated tornadoes all the way to the coast, which again goes to show we have that tornado watch all the way to the beaches, especially with some of those storms kind of rotating with the friction of the land as they're going to be heading offshore. So stay vigilant. We'll get through it together. We clear out and get much colder tonight.